Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the next update for my deck of panning. I have an okay update today, I would say. I'm not gonna say it's the most exciting update ever, but I do have a couple of rollouts, which is always exciting. If you're new to this project, it was created by Emilynmax, and I will have her link down below, as well as the collaborative playlist with everyone else who is participating. So yeah, that will be linked down below. If you can hear a few noises in the background, that is my dog. She's just currently walking around, and she used to might have knocked the tripod slightly. So sorry about that if you can see that, but I am home alone with her, and every time, even though she's laying down chilling, every time I sit up and film, she wants to be as much of a menace as she can. But I'm still going to try to get through this video, and I'm going to jump straight to the progress. But before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So the first two products I will speak about together, because they both rolled in for both products were for both prompts that I rolled these in for. So the first one I rolled in for was a cream product, I believe, and then the other one was something you only own one thing from the brand something you only own one product from the brand. So I rolled in these two right here, the Rowan Row Glow Stick in Glazed, as well as the About Face Light Lock Stick in the shade Frenzy. So let's start with the Rowan one first. This one I had used 7 times prior to this update. I had been in for, this is the 3rd month it's been in, and my goal with both of these was to use them 15 times. So yeah, I had used 7 uses on it prior, so 8 more to go this month, and I really wanted to get this one out in this month, and I'm happy to say that I have now used it 15 times. You can see there that there is some progress on it, so not too much, but it has moved a little bit. I'm actually wearing this for the 8th time today, so I put it on before powdering and everything. But yeah, I used it for the last time today. I need to play around with it a bit more to see if I want to keep it, honestly, but it is out of this project, and to be honest, I rolled into this project to get more of an idea of it, but I still haven't decided really what I think about it. So we now have a guest, because she was being too much of a menace. She is being very naughty right now and tired. That's probably why she's being a bit of a menace. She's overtired, but she's on my lap right now, so if you can see something, that's what it is. But yeah, so what I was saying about the Rowan stick is, even though I roll this in to kind of get an idea of it, I need to play around with it more before making a decision. But I'm happy that I got some progress on it, and I mean, I see the appeal with this kind of product, but it's not really for me. So I need to figure out what I feel about it, and then maybe I'll declutter it or pass it on to someone else, but at least it's out of this project. The About Face one I have really not done very well with. Again, I have it in for 15 uses as a goal, and it's been in the same amount of time as the Rowan stick, so this is the 3rd month. Prior I had used this 3 times in 2 months time, so not very good, and unfortunately I wasn't able to reach for this one at all. I think I was focusing more on the Rowan one, so every time I remember to use one of these, I've reached for the Rowan one. And this one is just very, very glittery. You can't really see it there, but it's like a pink to gold glitter, or like I guess it's a highlighter, but it's more kind of glittery, so it's harder to reach for. But yeah, I'm gonna keep trying and see how far I get next month, and if it's not out by next month, I don't know, maybe I'll declutter it at that point, or yeah, we'll see what I do, because I just not reaching for this one, although it is beautiful and it would be perfect for like festivals and stuff. In an everyday kind of routine, is not the best, so that is where I am with my About Face light lock stick. The next product, which has also been in for 3 months, the 3rd and last product that has been in for 3 months now, is my System Professionals Balance Energy Serum. This one here, I think this is some sort of sister brand to Schwarzkopf, is that it? I can't see it. Anyway, my goal with this one was to get to this line down here. So oh sorry, the little dot, I don't know if you can see the little dot there, and the little nose. But that's what my goal was, and I'm close to it. I'm not too far off. However, I am gonna roll this out and actually declutter it or throw it away as well. And the reason for that is, I was really determined to use this up and hit goal on it, and I probably would have if something didn't happen. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell up here, but it has completely cracked the glass. And I mean, it might be a bit gruesome, so if you're sensitive to blood, maybe skip the next couple seconds. But I don't know if you can see right there, there's like a little bit of like a red. That is my blood. So what happened was, I was gonna open this, and I was twisting the cap because it was stuck on there really, really hard, and I was trying to get it open, and I cut myself. So I don't know, it's healed a bit now, but you can probably see the cut there. I mean, it's not too bad, but the glass literally cut me, and I'm not gonna fuss with that. It's going straight in the bin. It's a bit of a shame because I still have so much left of this product, and I wanted to see if it did something. You know, I think you have to use these products for long term, but I also don't reach for stuff like that very often either, so I'm not too fussed about getting rid of it. And it was also something that I received for free. I got it through Octoly. It's actually that, and the shampoo was the only thing I ever gotten from Octoly. Octoly is not really that big in the UK, at least not as big as it is in the US. But yeah, that is going in the bin because I don't want to mess with broken glass. And I was thinking about like, should I cancel it into a different container, but I can't guarantee that there's no glass in the actual liquid either, so I'm just gonna throw it away, which is a bit of a shame. But I know that I would have hit my goal on it anyway, so it would have rolled out, but it is out of this project either way. And also I did use it 3 additional times this past month before it broke on me, so I had 6 uses on it in total. Next up we have something that's now been in for 2 months, and that is my Pat McGrath primer. I rolled this one in for a primer, I think. Yeah, I think that was the category. And if I didn't say, the hair serum was for hair care products. But yeah, this one has been for 2 months, like I said, and in the first month I reached for this one 24 times, and in the past month I reached for it an additional 18 times. So still pretty consistent progress, not as many as in the first month, and I can feel like this is getting much lighter. It's a very, actually quite light like container for being Pat McGrath, but I feel like it's like getting quite light, so I'm really hopeful this can be finished by next month, and that is my goal with this one, by the way, is to finish it. So I'm really hopeful for that, so we'll see how I do. I'm actually planning another primer as well. It's 1 or 2, I think 1 more primer, actually yeah, an under eye primer as well, but 1 more primer. So I've been alternating these, pairing them together, things like that, and I don't always remember to reach for this one, but yeah, I will try to get more use out of this one next month, and hopefully, fingers crossed, finish it. So the last product that I have in this project, I rolled in for something expensive, I believe, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the prompt was, but yeah, along those lines, something expensive. And I rolled in my Ghost Edit ambient lighting palette. It's like mirrored, so I won't show you the front because it's gonna blind you guys, but my goal with this one is to reach for it 100 times in total. And as of the last update, I had reached for the shades 23 times altogether, so I added up all of the uses. So for example, if I reach for the powders like once and like the highlighter in the same look, that's 2 uses. So at the last month I had 23 uses, like I said, and in the past month I have reached for this one 18 additional times. So that means I'm currently on 41. I'm a little bit behind of where I thought I would be, but I have been panning a bronzer, for example, so I haven't been really reaching for the bronzer in here very much, but I recently finished that up if you saw my last video, so I will hopefully reach for the bronzer a bit more in here. And just to cover my uses on the products, we have the first powder here, which I used 4 times, and then same with this one here, I also used 4 times. We have the highlighter, which I used twice. The bronzer I used 4 times, and then the blushes I used 2 times each. And actually I'm wearing all 6 of these on my face today. Yeah, I thought I would just put them all on for my filming today. Normally I try to reach for different blushes and highlighters because I'm panning those, same with the bronzer like I mentioned, but now I have finished that bronzer, so I can reach for this bronzer a bit more, and hopefully when I pull this palette out I can also remember to reach for the other things. So this is going to be my go-to bronzer for the next month. You know, I don't want to finish it off completely because I still want the bronzer in here for like traveling and things, but yeah, I will try to reach for the bronzer on a regular basis this month, and hopefully that means I will get the uses up on the rest of the products too. So that is where I am with this palette. So those were all of the products, and I did hit my goal, or I'm rolling out 2 of the things, which is the Rowan highlighting stick as well as the hair serum. So those 2 will roll out. Also, by the way, I don't know if I clarified, but this is actually like a scalp serum, not like a oil or like a serum for the length. It's a scalp treatment, but anyway, that and the Rowan stick will go out. So I will go ahead and get my deck of cards, and we will pull 2 cards and decide what prompts we're getting. So I have the game board in front of me on my laptop, and I have the deck of cards here. I already shuffled it, but I'm just going to cut it once so I don't know where everything is. And we're gonna go ahead and pick 2 cards. I always put from the front so that you see what I get. So the first one I'm gonna get is this one here, which is 6 of clubs. And 6 of clubs is collecting cobwebs. So something that is in my collection that I don't reach for very often. And yeah, collecting cobwebs. So something that I don't reach for, I guess, and need to be used. So that is the first one. And then the second card, sorry about the tapping, my dog had to jump down for this because I can't handle my cards, my laptop and the dog on me, so sorry if you hear the tapping, I will pick her up in a second. But the second card will be this one here, which is 7 of Hearts. And 7 of Hearts is indie. Okay, that's very exciting because I have a lot of indie stuff right now. So let me collect what I want for those 2 prompts and I will be right back. So I'm back and that was actually surprisingly easy. Yeah, so I know what I'm getting. So let's start with collecting cobwebs. So what I actually decided to go with is more kind of like a getting use out of things rather than using things up. But what I pulled in is all of these things right here. So these right here, I think, are all of my traditional liquid lipsticks. So the type of liquid lipsticks that just dry down. Yeah, I have quite a few and I used to never use them anymore. Maybe there's like, I think there's like 1 or 2 nudes that I reach for sometimes, but very rarely. So these are definitely some that collect cobwebs in my collection. So my goal with these, because there's so many, I haven't counted them up yet, but I'll put it on the screen. So my goal with these are just to use every single one at least once. So yeah, like one day or whatever of use, one occasion I guess. So use everything once and just get a feel of it, see if there's anything I want to declutter, anything like that. Because I just don't reach for them very often, and yeah, it's definitely the thing I think in my collection that collects the most cobwebs, or at least one of the products I guess. So that is the first thing, or first items rather. Then for the prompt indie, I decided to roll in this palette right here with dog included. This is the Tiny Marvels palette from Sydney Grace, which is an indie brand, and I was thinking about like maybe rolling in like an isolated pan on or like a palette. That's kind of where my thought went. I do have a couple like lips products, but I don't want to roll in more lip products or like highlighters and things like that. But I'm also trying to use every single eyeshadow in my collection this year, so rolling in a palette would be kind of helpful in that way. And my goal with this palette, because I want to reach for every single eyeshadow in my collection, is to reach for this palette no pan left behind style. So this one here is actually one that was my Product Level Up level 5 palette last year, but as you can see I only managed to hit 1 pan, which is in this shade right here. But I do have a few dips in the other shadows and I just want to continue using it. And when I used this one last time, I used it in like November, December time. So it's gonna be quite fun because in my opinion this is more of a kind of like neutral spring tone palette. I mean, there are some more I guess autumnal shades. It's quite versatile to be honest, but it's quite nice to be able to reach for this one more in spring, because a lot of shades in here are very spring leaning in my opinion. So I just want to reach for this one no pan left behind style, and that will be my roll in for indie. So those are the things that I'm adding into this project. For next month I'm hoping to have, maybe I can hit no pan left behind on the Tiny Marvels palette already next month, and then also to potentially roll out the Pat McGrath primer as well as like a completed, finished up, depending on how long it takes. I'm not going to force it if it doesn't happen, but fingers crossed I can roll those out. So I will hopefully have 2 more rollouts next month. I also kind of hopefully gonna reach for the About Face stick, like the highlighting stick, a bit more. I'm not expecting to hit my goal on it though, but hopefully get a few more uses on it. And yeah, with the other prompts I just want to get some progress on it, like the lipsticks, to start using a couple of them, and with the Hourglass palette get a few more uses. I don't expect to roll it out next month, but maybe roll it out in 2 months time. So yeah, that will be it for today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure to check out the playlist down below, as well as Emily's channel. I love watching her videos, so yeah, go check them out if you haven't already. I'm sure you have already all watched her video if you following this project, but if you haven't, make sure to do so. And otherwise, I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.